Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video, let me give you a practical comparison difference between the Flip and the Fold so that you can make an informed decision. Actually, I tweeted about posting a FAQ video on this Flip 4, but I got a lot of questions regarding the difference between the Fold 4 and the Flip 4, which might be better. And as I have actually used both these devices, I'll talk about the differences. These are actually, after using these two devices, these are the practical differences that I have noticed between them. Okay, the first thing that comes is regarding the weight, guys. Obviously, the Fold 4 is a lot heavier. This is 263 grams, though this is the lightest in the Fold series till now, but still it's a pretty heavy phone. I would say this is a lot heavier than any smartphone you might have used. In fact, if you are getting the Fold 4, it might take you at least 2 weeks to get used to the weight balance. That is something that I have noticed, because even some of my relatives earlier had bought the Fold 3, and after even 1 week they complained about the weight. They only got used to it after 2 weeks. That's not the case with this Flip 4, because this just weighs like a normal, smartphone that you have, and this weighs 187 grams. Also, this is a lot more compact. If you notice, this one is big and chunky, as you can see. Next thing is regarding SIM card options, and here I'm very surprised, guys, and this is specific to the models officially sold in India. The Fold 4 actually has a proper dual nano SIM slot and also a eSIM option, whereas I'm surprised the Flip 4 only has a slot for a single nano SIM and one eSIM. I don't know why they didn't give dual nano SIM option on this variant. The Fold 4 has DeX support. Strangely, the DeX support is missing on the Flip 4, which is very surprising. I think so they removed it because of the battery life thing, because DeX consumes a lot of battery. Next thing is regarding the cover screen utility. This is the cover screen, guys, on the Fold 4. This is the inner screen. So I would say the cover screen on the Fold 4 is very usable. Here also we have a cover screen. This is the cover screen. This is just a 1.9-inch screen. And to be very frank, I've been using this for the last almost 4 days as my primary smartphone. I almost just never use the cover screen because it's just too small to get anything done. Yes, you see the time and stuff, but if anything you have to do important, you have to actually open this up. That's not the case with the Fold 4. With the Fold 4 and even the Fold 3 I was using, more than around 50% of the time I actually just used the cover screen to get things done, and you can get almost everything done. Only when I need to consume a little bit more media or interact or do some multitasking, then I open this up. So that way I would say the cover screen is a lot more usable on the Fold 4. Now coming to the battery life, okay, first let's talk about the capacities. Obviously the Fold 4 is a bigger device. This has a 4400 milliamp hour battery, and this one is having a 3700 milliamp hour battery. Do note, both of them are having the same processor, Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, but in terms of battery life, strangely, though the Flip is more compact and smaller, you might assume with 3700 milliamp hour battery you'll get better battery life. That's not the case. I'm getting actually much better battery life on the Fold 4. In fact, I would say I was way impressed with the battery life on the Fold 4 compared to even the Fold 3. Here I'm actually getting anywhere from 6 hours of SOT to even almost about 7 hours of SOT after a full day of usage, and that is excellent for a flagship. Even the S22 Ultra that I had used to hover about 5 to 5.5 hours of SOT with the typical full days of usage. So it's beating the battery life of even the S22 Ultra for me. Whereas the the Flip 4 is definitely an improvement in terms of battery life if we compare it to the Flip 3. The Flip 3 barely got me even 4 hours of SOT. It used to hover about 3.5 to about you could say 4 hours of SOT. Here I am getting approximately about 5 hours to about 5.5 hours of SOT with this one at the end of the day. So yes, the battery life has improved a lot compared to the Flip 3, but if I compare the battery life between these two, definitely still the Fold 4 gets easily roughly about 1.5 hours of extra SOT. Okay, next thing is regarding the multitasking experience. Okay, you can do multitasking even with this one. You can just swipe like this, and move around with stuff. So that is possible even on this one, and this is traditional stuff that we saw with even other Samsung smartphones, so nothing that radical. And to be very frank, I just don't use multitasking on the Flip 4 because of its small size. But on this Fold 4, the multitasking is definitely on the next level, and as you can see, you just open this and they have added this. Again, it was always possible, but here definitely I would say yes, you can run 3 or even 4 apps, but I've noticed that practically speaking, I actually can run 2 apps side by side on this one. So if you're sort of a heavy multitasker or something, I feel the Fold 4 might be a big bet. In fact, because of the bigger screen, sometimes I even I work on small Excel files and some of the documents that I get. That's a lot easier on the Fold 4. As I've told you, both of them are having the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, and these are a huge improvement compared to earlier processors. But I noticed that the Flip 4 does get a little bit more warmer to use after some time compared to the Fold 4. I think so the reason for that is that the processor is placed in this area, and after some times the good thing is that you don't feel the heat because mostly you're holding the phone like this, but your thumb might be here, so after some time you do feel that it gets slightly warm. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't get very hot like earlier phones, but definitely this gets a little bit more warmer. And if you're trying to push it, for example, if you're playing heavy games or something like that, you definitely notice it a lot more on the Flip 4, and I think so it does thermal throttle a little bit more. So that way I would say that issue I did not have with the Fold 4. I think so because they have the whole canvas like this, the heat dissipation is a lot better on the Fold 4. Regarding the camera performance, here we obviously know, yes, Samsung has improved these 12 megapixel cameras, and definitely in indoor and low lighting they do a far better job compared to the Flip 3. But the rear-facing cameras on the Fold 4 are on the next level because these have the new 50 megapixel camera. This camera performance is almost same as the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus, and also you have the 3x optical zoom, which is simply not there on the Flip 4. So if you're a heavy camera user, camera is among your very high priority, then obviously the Fold 4 goes ahead. Don't get me wrong, but even for casual usage and stuff, the camera on the Flip 4 is not bad. Watch the unboxing video where actually I posted a lot of camera samples with the Flip 4. But yeah, if camera is the highest priority and I have to pick one, obviously the Fold 4 has a better camera setup. Okay, next moving to the S Pen functionality. You do have the S Pen functionality on this Fold 4. The inner screen, you can use it with the S Pen. So again, more for productivity and stuff like that. That is simply not possible on the Flip 4. Next thing is regarding the pricing. Obviously, there's a huge difference in the pricing. The Flip 4 starts at about 90,000 in India, whereas the Fold 4 starts at 1,55,000. So there is a price gap of about 65,000 between these two devices. So that's the big difference. Personally, I would say, if I have to summarize, here is a summary that I wrote. So I'll just quickly read that to give you an idea. What do I feel about which one is for which kind of a user? Okay, I feel the Flip 4 is for users who always wanted a foldable phone for the compactness, and like the Flip form factor, for example, the Razrs, the Moto Razrs in about 15-20 years ago made that very famous. So if you always want that form factor, you can go with this one. Definitely this is a lot more compact and more stylish, I would say, to use, and a lot of segment of users will of course like this. Moving to the Fold 4. What do I feel about the Fold 4 and for whom this is the perfect smartphone? I feel this is for power users, business users who want a phone but that can also transform into a mini tablet. If you're that kind of a person, you will like the Fold 4 a lot more, and because of its size, it's also great for multitasking. If you're a person, business sort of a person who likes to use multiple apps a lot of times, then the Fold 4 might be for you. In fact, the cover screen, as I've also told you, is a lot more usable on the Fold 4. So these are the practical differences that I found between the Fold 4 and the Flip 4. So which one do you like? Personally, if I have to pick one, as you guys know, I am the Fold user. I have been using the Fold 3 earlier, and this is the Fold 4. So definitely for me, the Fold 4 makes more sense because I multitask a lot. And in fact, I use the Fold series like a mini tablet. And again, I'll try to post the FAQ video on this one later on. And yes, the in-depth full reviews will also be coming for the Fold 4 later on. Still testing it, want to test a little bit more, so we'll also be posting that. So again, stay tuned to the channel. Anyways guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care guys.